If you could crush all of your goals this year simply by learning how to reprogram your mind, would you? We are Megan and Steve, and this is Hustling for Excellence. And we're going to talk to you about Neuro Linguistic Programming.
Yes, it's all about your mindset. You hear it all the time. It sounds cliche, but the reality is it's the most important thing to success. Yes, you have to work hard. Yes, you have to be inspired and motivated and put in the time. But if you have the old stinking thinking, it's not going to work for you. So it's something Megan and I are always working on. We're always working on our mindset, improving, attending seminars, implementing new techniques. And today we really wanted to focus on NLP. You probably have heard of it. There's been a few, people that practice this, some big names. But specifically, we want to talk about Yager Training. Just recently took this course. I took it a few months ago, and Megan just took it 2 weekends ago. And again, some major breakthroughs, some different techniques. So I'm going to let Megan talk about her experience, and then I'll pick back up with mine.
So NLP, or Neuro Linguistic Programming, is the idea of reprogramming your brain. It's taking those limiting beliefs that we all have, even though each one person may have a different limiting belief. It's how to tap into what that belief is and how to change it.
Yager Training, awesome experience for me. I was a little bit concerned because it was an all online training. I've never done that before. I always have been to the seminars where there's a lot of energy, a lot of people, a lot of passion, a lot of high-fiving. But also then you get down into the mindset work where it gets intense, for hours on end, you're practicing techniques. So I was a little concerned about how this online was going to be, but that's obviously the way everything's been going this past year. So again, signed up, easy process to sign up, got a phone call to basically kind of in process me, or maybe a better way to say it is kind of like an inventory of what I was going to get out of this training or what I needed to get out of this training. So one of their coaches had called just to make sure I had everything. I was comfortable with the process that was going on, that it was going to, being online.
They kind of talked through what we can expect while in the training, especially from an online standpoint, since we aren't in person. And then to kind of get a baseline of where do you stand at the moment, and what are your goals and your expectations from the training for the weekend?
Right. So specifically, we went. The training was, I believe, it was a 3-day.
Applying NLP to your business and sales.
Right. So this one was a little bit more specific to business and sales, but a lot of the techniques that they discussed and talked about and we practiced, you can use in any parts of your life. Whether you're trying to, whether that's quit smoking, lose weight, have a better relationship, just learn to communicate better. So it kind of spans the gamut there, but this was focused mainly on sales. So they did want to know, hey, what business are you in? What are you experiencing right now? What are some of the objections or the obstacles that you're trying to overcome now, especially in the 2020, because, a lot of folks have looked at that as a struggle, in their business. So
they really touch upon as well, getting into the mindset of your customer and really figuring out how to decide how they're deciding whether or not to buy your products, and then how to leverage that information to really go after their limiting beliefs and their objections so that they no longer have any objections and all you get are sales.
Yeah. So it was great. For me personally, I had a great experience. It was one of the best trainings I had when it came to NLP or mindset or that kind of work.
And we've done a lot of them.
Yeah, did all kinds. We're always trying to improve. Like we said, we did some of the big names out there that you hear. I had not heard of Yager Training. It was recommended through Mike Diller. And he's a gentleman I follow on podcasts and, followed him for a few years on other, on his website and some other projects he was working on. And, so I figured, hey, I'd go ahead and do this. And it was great. It was over a weekend. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it started, was it like 11 o'clock to 8 o'clock? That would be Eastern time.
It's about an 8-hour training every day, again, depending upon your time zone.
Right. So they were based in Austin, so you could attend the training live, but they had a piece that was live, and they also had folks that were online. So it was kind of nice to see the people in person and kind of see them go through the exercises as well. And then when it was time for us, we would do the Zoom breakout rooms. So we got to do all the same training. So it was great.
It was. And like Steve said, I took it a couple of months later. So even from his class to my class, they really updated and changed some things to help the online folks like us be more integrated into the classroom. In the classroom, they've got a huge screen up that's got everybody that's on Zoom. So everyone in the class can see you, we can see them, and there's a lot more interaction that way. And I think a lot more participation as well from those of us online.
Right. So, I think the best way for me to kind of explain it even more is to show you, go their website and kind of talk about who they are and, where they've come from and what they've accomplished so far. But they're just, Brendan and Deb are just some great people, and their staff is amazing. They have a ton of coaches there, where I felt I was getting, I really was a lot of one-on-one with everybody, right? It was kind of like, it was great. I mean, if I had a question about anything, whether it was about how to sign up for the next training or how to, break past some belief I had, or, just a question about, maybe it was the school system, or maybe it was, there's just so many different things that we had discussed. I mean, I don't know what some of the items you talked about in your class were, but
a lot of the same things, but to the effect of what Steve said, a lot of one-on-one training or little sessions where they would pull someone out, who had a certain limiting belief that they wanted to break through. I actually had one myself, talking about breaking bad habits, and I have a bad soda habit that they amazingly helped me break. Still don't know exactly how they did it, but I can't walk down the soda aisle currently in the grocery store because it makes me a little sick.
Yeah, so they had someone in my class as well. I wasn't the person that got chose, but there was somebody who was trying to break their habit of Starbucks coffee. So that was pretty interesting. Some of the techniques they used to help the person, break that habit. But now I think we'll just go and if you, kind of do a quick review of their website, just to kind of give you an idea of who they are, what they're about, where they're located. And, obviously I'm not going to go through the whole website. That you guys can do that on your own. That's pretty simple. But just to kind of get an idea of what they're about here. So again, it was Deb and Brandon Yager. That's those two right there. And Austin, Texas, that's where they're located. And a little bit here. Really easy to kind of navigate the site, right? I'll just show you the training that is available here. This is all the additional training that you can do. They have some live training, online courses. This is probably, pretty popular for folks who may not be able to travel yet. They decide to go ahead and make this an option. So
essentially that course is a 4-day training, and it's not necessarily based like Steve and I, the class that we took, that was all business based. It's more based on your goals, relationship training, your limiting beliefs. If you want to focus on your career, if you have, a 9-to-5 job, how can you build those better relationships with your employer or the other employees? Things along those nature.
Right. So, I mean, so again, the website is just right here, yagertraining.com. I'll take us back to the homepage here so everybody can get a look. You can see they have all types of training. They have some hypnosis as well, which is always really interesting. And, if you want to find out more, you just kind of click on the next training event and it'll tell you when and where, right? So they have some practitioner training coming up.
I'll actually be attending that. So afterwards, we'll give you a follow-up and a review on that class and let you know how that one went.
Right. So again, it's pretty intense. I mean, if you just look at the timeline, they're going every day, really doing some repetition and learning how to understand NLP at a deeper level. We kind of just scratched the surface. I mean, so, if we hadn't had experience from previous seminars or books we've read and courses we've been to, we may have not, it would have been more of an awakening. But so it's definitely good. And again, here's a good little video you can watch where they talk about what makes them a little bit different than some of the other folks who are NLP practitioners.
You will find, if you scroll through Facebook or YouTube, you're going to find some NLP practitioners out there say, hey, we'll teach NLP for $7. You're not getting the deep dives that Brendan and Deb really are doing with you.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Again, so, do your due diligence. This is just our review. Had a great time and very successful for me. I mean, I felt like in those 3 days, I even had some breakthroughs that, I'd been to other courses where I expected something else, but this was just phenomenal. And again, I did the online, so I'm super excited to get there in person and kind of, feel all that energy again. And it's just going to be great for me.
And if you are a business owner, I was amazed at the amount of business deals that actually were done between students while in class. A lot of people ended up selling their services to other students.
Right, absolutely. So
definitely a great networking event as well.
Yes, absolutely. So that's pretty much just a quick review of the website and who they are. And just real quick, Meg, did you have anything else you kind of wanted to, leave everybody with as far as
I think a lot of people don't understand what NLP is. Especially when they hear about hypnosis training and this, the magic behind all of that. And they think it's a lot of like, woo, nonsense kind of stuff. It's amazing when you look at and break down the things that we believe. Well, why do we believe them? And that's what this is going into. And the whole subconscious mind, we've all heard that we only use 5 to 10% of our brains. So what's the rest of our brain doing? Well, this is what's tapping into all of that and really getting a great look at how we can actually access and use that large percentage of our brain that we don't tend to use consciously all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, there was just there was so many little takeaways in such a short amount of time. I mean, that was probably the only thing. If I had to say something that was not great, it was just that I wanted more. I mean, just not enough time. I mean, so that's why we're signing up. Meg's and I are signing up for the next level because just so many little nuggets of information that I mean, the first day I think I took 11 pages of notes. It was just it was amazing. So so for me, I know for Meg's as well, we highly recommend this training. I'm looking forward to meeting Deb and Brandon in person, and some of the other staff members, and just continuing our journey with NLP, because we've been through other seminars and we enjoy them, and we always get something. We always meet some people that have become lifelong friends, just a positive energy, and really, like Meg said, also business deals. So it's just it's a very good energy. It's a great group of people. So I don't really have anything else to say about this one, but
I will just say when it comes to the Yagers and their staff, I think the best part is they truly are doing this from their hearts and to teach others and to serve others. They want to make the world a better place, and this is how they are attempting to do that. They're not out there just trying to sell some classes and, get some people certified in NLP. They really want to help others.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I did think of one other thing. They're nonprofit, so they have an amazing nonprofit that they're part of. When you attend the training, you'll get a chance to kind of hear the full story about what it's about and how they came to kind of, really support this nonprofit. And, that's a really amazing story. So, highly recommend you sign up for the training. We'll leave a link in the description that'll take you right to the training. You sign up, and I really think you'll enjoy it,
And to speak to their nonprofit, so you probably didn't hear this part, but in my training, they had talked about how last year their goal was to earn $100,000 to donate to their nonprofit. They missed the mark a little bit, but they're already on track this year to well surpass that mark.
Right. Yeah, well, that's awesome. I mean, it's a really cool little story. And again, like Megan said, it goes to the point of they really just want to serve. And they have a lot of exciting things coming up. I know we kind of talked to them about some of the things they have happening. So we're excited to be part of the community. And again, we're just, all about that. That's what Hustling for Excellence is all about. That's why we started our channel. Even before we met the Yagers, always trying to improve, right? Trying to improve your physical, your personal, your professional parts of your life. So again, appreciate you guys tuning in and watching us here. Go ahead and like if you got some value out of this. So love for you guys to subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. We'll be putting out some more reviews and some content of
So click that notification as well.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to miss out.
So again, have a great day. Just really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Keep hustling.